Mm-hmm. Let's see if we're up.
And you're going to lead with some of the congressional hearing clips, right?
Yeah, let's. Yeah, I have three different ones that I can show. I think people on Twitter put some of the most entertaining stuff up. Because it was crypto execs that were in front of Congress, and it wasn't about banning like crypto Twitter and crypto, TikTok. We're talking about. It was really they had these crypto executives come in and explain what crypto is and the importance of it.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Right. And where is America's role, in this new emerging technology, globally? So,
yeah. Oh,
yeah, important.
The wrong graphic up.
There you go.
Yeah. Let's see if we get our people on.
Just went to this one.
Excellent. You got like 25 people on Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitterverse.
Excellent. All right, guys. What are you drinking over there, Sean?
Tea.
Oh, tea.
Oh, keeping it real.
It's not a wine day.
No, I gotta focus. It's really high tech stuff, so I gotta stay focused.
What are you doing there, Joe? What's
Coffee.
in the cup? Oh,
Coffee. Illy.
Ooh, the good stuff.
Oh yeah, I pulled out the Illy tonight.
Well played, sir.
Yep.
We're gonna get eggnog, man. We haven't done eggnog.
I'm straight. I like straight nothing in my coffee. Not an eggnog guy. The more I work out and stuff, I can't handle lactose for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
The more it's weird. If I'm out of shape, I can drink milk and eat ice cream. The more in shape I am, my stomach just falls apart.
The lactic acid thing.
Great conversation for a crypto stream.
That's right, exactly. See what you signed up for, Dallas?
I know. Hello, Dallas. How you like that conversation? Yeah, when are the toads coming? Everybody wants to know about the toads.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Oh, hey, Dallas, by the way, Wen Sheeb, my friend, Wen Sheeb, this is for you. Here you go.
Okay.
Here we go. The grand reveal. Hold on. Wait. In Sheeb.
Hold on. Here's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, Sean, I just want to know, man, where'd you get this thing? Maybe Gap? It's a little snug.
Oh. It was
Bring it down a little bit, Keith. Bring it down so we can see
it.
it.
One size fits all.
That one's for you, man.
And we are not shilling Sheeb. This is more us making fun of Sheeb. We are not shilling it. We are not promoting it.
We are not endorsing or promoting Sheeb coin here at Crypto Market News.
Maybe it'd be more popular if we did.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else we got going on. Go Sheeb. Yeah, he loves the Sheeb. Yeah. What is Sheeb at today, by the way, if we're going to talk about that?
Yeah, man, the whole market was kind of meh, right? I mean, not a whole lot to talk about. It was just kind of a yawn of a day, even with everything going on Capitol Hill. Little up, little down.
What would you call this, Sean? What would you call that move in the charts? I call that just crashing. That's Sheeb.
Oh. Again, zoom out.
Since October. Yeah.
Call the cliff.
Zoom out a little, and we'll see what.
But that's October. It's that's not 4 hours. That's a 4 hour.
Right.
Have to talk some smack.
Yeah.
Thank God Sheeb's not on Capitol Hill talking about crypto.
I don't know what they talk about.
A whole different boat.
It's not a utility play. I don't know. Yeah.
So yeah, guys, here is the crypto markets today. So what is it? Saturday, we went from 58 to all the way down to 42. Everybody thought the world was ending. We had 2.5 billion in liquidations, that's pretty big. 2.5 billion in liquidations, and 400,000 over leveraged traders were liquidated. 400,000.
That's leverage.
Yep. People aren't learning their lesson.
You're gonna mess with the bull, you're gonna get the horn sooner or later, right? I don't care what market you're in.
But today the big thing is on Capitol Hill. Oh, well, let's bounce around for a minute. Here we got 2.3 trillion market cap. It started the day, so everything's in the red. Look at all that. But you could say it's all in red, but look at that. Ethereum, 4,400. Beautiful. Can't complain about that.
No.
You can't complain about that at all. And if you soul lovers, 193 isn't bad at all either. If you're complaining about that. Remember when BNB was like $1?
Oh, old days.
You missed that one, Keith.
I did. Sean was a real strong proponent of that for the whole time, and that's the one that got away.
Yeah, when I was minting our token, it was like 200 something. I mean, that was only a few months ago, right? 3x.
Man.
I know. Time flies. You would have made a few $1 million just on buying BNB.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about Ethereum, but Solana and BNB right there. No, and guess what we're talking about? Dallas has to shill his.
Day, I'm gonna get a helium shirt made, man. I'm gonna get a helium shirt made.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get one Ethereum miner for Keith. Let's see what it does. So yeah, that's so far. Let's look at a dynamo today. You know, it's because the things have been down. This has nothing to do with. This is a great time to buy dynamo. Great day to buy dynamo.
They had a problem on Safe Trade for the last couple of days because they've been trying to integrate a new coin, and they're adding support for stable coins, and it's been up and down, and there's a lot of chatter, not just in our community, but in their support communities and everything else, that it's a rug pull and blah blah blah. These guys have been around for 3 or 4 years. I don't think there's really anything to be concerned about in them running away. But you always have that sort of thing in crypto because a lot of it's based on trust. And so volume is terrible and the price is terrible, and that's, I think, largely due to this multi-day up and down outage that we've had with them.
Yeah, and it's being on one exchange for right now. That's kind of is being on one exchange.
Yeah, and job one for us. And this is maybe something to push us a little farther over the finish line. Is we're going to find 1 or 2 more exchanges to make this single point of. I mean, it's not a single point of failure. There is our other exchange, Expatron, but there's no liquidity there with Bitcoin. It's all Raven and USDT, and it's definitely a lot thinner. They're a brand new exchange, so know about them. So, but we do have a second exchange that we could theoretically all jump over to. The withdrawal fees on Bitcoin are pretty hefty with them. So we need a couple more.
Hey, C3 Media's here. Hello. Great to see you. Yep, but it's nothing negative. It is what it is. That's what happens when you're on one exchange, and Safe Trade is still solid so far, and they just had some updating they had to do, looks like.
Yep.
So. Yeah, and candidly, I mean, right, be honest, like we've all been so hyper focused on the use cases for the coin, getting on additional exchanges had been a secondary endeavor. Now that's been prioritized in light of recent events. So
yeah. All right. So let's jump into it. The big news on Capitol Hill today was
send it over the hilltop.
And kind of what my header was today was crypto executives face Congress over regulation. And if you listen to crypto Twitter and you listen to crypto TikTok and a lot of these influencers, they act like altcoins were going to be banned and the world was ending. No, they had crypto executives, CEOs come and explain what crypto is and the use cases and what it's about. That's all it was. And there was nothing really negative that was said today in front of Congress. So I'm going to play some of this. This is a new thing we're going to try to do. I'm going to see if we can play some of this that I found on. Here's your fear and greed real quick, Keith.
Oh, it's actually higher than I thought it was going to be, to be totally honest with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
-3.
Yeah, totally right.
All right, here we go. So here's a couple different sound bites from some congressmen in Capitol Hill talking about crypto, and it kind of sums up the day. Here we go. Start, please. To reboot it, and we'll start.
Reactions by law. We know that. We don't need knee-jerk reactions by lawmakers to regulate out of fear of the unknown rather than seeking to understand. And that fear of the unknown in the move to regulate before understanding will only stifle American ingenuity and put us at a competitive disadvantage. Throughout history, we've seen examples, countless harmful examples of overregulation around the world by governments. In the late 1800s, England reacted to the rise of cars with laws that required 3 people to operate vehicles at all times. 1 to drive, a 2nd to fuel up the vehicle, and a 3rd to stand in front of the car and wave a red flag. Now, Congress should not be dumb enough to raise a red flag around this technology revolution. We should embrace it, we should understand it, and we should be the international leaders in this space. We know that. We don't need.
That was the first one up. That's really what was summed up today. They were trying to. A lot of people were really defending crypto. It was a lot of crypto defenders today, and saying how the United States has to lead and not follow in this, or they'll be far behind.
Yeah, and I think there may be fear of some of these other countries that are really embracing it.
Mm-hmm.
Their sovereign currency and so on. But also, look, they're pandering to their constituents, and there's lots of people that hold crypto now, and in particular in the Southwest, like lots of people who are mining and have a much more libertarian sort of viewpoint. That small government's good, and being able to control your finances yourself, so some level of privacy is good, right? So so those kinds of things I think are particularly attractive to that demographic. So I think they're gonna say those kind of things, and the people in the Northeast are gonna be the opposite, right? We got to regulate the hell out of everything and track every little penny and all that stuff. So, yeah.
No, I'm happy to hear some of the stuff. I'm kind of interested to see like where this lands along party lines. Everything that I've heard sort of echo Sean, some of that libertarian, maybe a little more. I don't want to say conservative is not the right word, but I'm very curious to see how this kind of shakes out politically. We're in the very, very early days of it, but good conversation. I know you had another clip we saw prior to getting on air. Do you have that one, Andy?
Yeah, let me pull this one up next. There's a new way to do it. I like this. Let's see if we can make this work.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. The next one.
Decisions that have driven legitimate activity offshore in ways that harm U.S. investors, innovators, and workers. Can anyone explain, for example, why Fidelity Investments, one of America's best-known investment advisors, had to go to Canada to offer a Bitcoin ETF? Or why physically settled crypto ETFs are safe and legal in Germany, Brazil, Singapore, and elsewhere, but somehow not in the United States? Can anyone explain why crypto exchanges, stablecoin issuers, and others can receive e-money licenses to access the payment system in the United Kingdom, but in the United States are reserved exclusively for chartered banks, with the result that the GDP cost of the payment system in the US is roughly 4 times the cost in the UK? For that matter, why is there no clear path for crypto-focused insured depositories chartered in the state of Wyoming to access Federal Reserve payment services like other insured depositories? These are the big questions that I hope to address today. Thank you, Madam. Decisions that have driven legitimate activity.
That was that one. Who wants to take a whack at that one first? Yeah, it sounds like a lot of support.
The discourse is great, right? I mean, asking these questions in a public forum and challenging people to really think about it and address the reality of the day, I think is really important.
Yeah, and it highlights, look, banks are under fire for, why do I have to pay $25 to send a wire? Right? Like it's all, like you said, 4 times the cost for payment systems, right? Just think about how much money we spend just to spend money, right? It's just, it's crazy. So, crypto takes a lot of that away in some cases. Obviously, Ethereum is not a great example of that, but there are coins that are very, Monero and other ones that are very focused on transaction speed and cost. So.
Well, yeah, Monero. I mean, you can't even really buy Monero in the United States because it's all about privacy.
Right.
And yeah,
but it is a transaction. It's one of these transactional kind of like Bitcoin Cash and those kinds of things.
All right. So yeah, those are the three things. And Twitter's, but I don't understand how these influencers I get away with doing a lot of this stuff because they're basically spewing fake news out there and dangerous because I'm not financial advice, but here's financial advice. I don't know how I wouldn't be surprised if Congress even the next day or so even talks about the influencers on Twitter and stuff like that, because that's just as dangerous.
Yeah. Although, the remedy is you can private cause of action, right? When people start doing things based on what that guy says, and he said it wasn't financial advice, but it really was, like, that'll shut that down pretty quickly. If people sue these people, for incurring losses based on what they say.
I mean, there's so few influencers compared to other spaces, but these people do move the markets by their comments and their inaccurate opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's no law against inaccuracy, my friend. That's a tough one to prove.
Well, it's called getting sued.
I hear you.
The fear of getting sued may put to lay to rest some of these things, but clearly these people do not understand even maybe the fundamentals of crypto and how it works and what the value proposition is, much less what the technology promises.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, like when you look up like right now and you got all the stars behind you, it looks like you're looking up at like some constellation or something. It's really cool. It's like, there's the Little Dipper.
What I have is, nobody could see on this end. Maybe I can't even pull it off. I have a giant 50-inch TV set between my laptop. So I have my second monitor above it. Put a green screen. I just moved everything around because I used to have the TV sets behind me. So now I just put it in front so I can use both TV sets. Yes. Oh, let's see what Dalis had to say. Let Dalis jump in.
Dalis highlights the conundrum, right, with social media. You have a right to share your opinion or your thoughts. There's a very fine line, between doing that and becoming not an influencer, but a bad actor. So.
Well, and failing to disclose that you have a position in something that you are touting,
right?
That you probably don't know anything about.
But this is in the news world. News organizations get sued every day. That's why we have to attribute every single word that we say on TV to somebody else said it. We're not saying this; somebody else is saying it.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have the Fox News and CNNs that have these experts that come on. So CNN didn't say it; the expert said it. So they kind of try to push the liability onto somebody else.
Yeah, but like Sean's saying, I mean, this again highlights one of the conundrums, right? Like if you're on CNBC and you're talking about whatever, there's a little disclaimer, the individual, has a position in or has not had a position in a particular, equity at the time. I don't know if that's if that would ever fly with crypto because of the whole privacy and anonymity. And I don't.
How would you know? A wallet doesn't have a name on it. How would you know?
That's sticky.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, let me pull up.
Your system is going to work.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm going to try to pull up one more soundbite I found on Twitter. In my humble opinion, this is the most important exchange of the entire hearing today in Congress. So I wanted to hear this one. I haven't even heard it yet. So let's see this one.
And one of my concerns about crypto is that it would present a challenge to the supremacy of the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. But what I have found striking is that the leading stablecoin issuers have actually chosen to peg their stablecoins to the dollar, which strikes me as a vote of confidence that reinforces rather than challenges the status of the dollar as the world's reserve currency. So what are your thoughts on the relationship between the dollar and the crypto? Is it as contradictory as many have feared?
I gotta say right there, the dollar and the crypto. See, they don't even understand what they're talking about.
What is this guy asking?
The relationship between, but he's trying to say something positive about cryptocurrency.
He's trying, but he's screwing it all up because crypto doesn't challenge the supremacy as a reserve currency. That's completely false.
All right, let me finish the bite real quick. I think we're gonna have so much to talk about this.
So what are your thoughts on the relationship between the dollar and the crypto? Is it as contradictory as many have feared, or could it be actually complementary?
I'll answer that. I actually don't think that it's contradictory at all. What people want is a US dollar bank account. Everywhere in the world, people want to be able to have US dollars. And actually, that's the hardest thing to get. And crypto is a tool for a lot of different things, including bringing communities together. But what people want in order for their everyday spending is dollars. If you're in Argentina, you want dollars. If you're somebody anywhere in the world, you want to have access to dollars. And that's the hardest thing to get access to right now. And that's why tokenized dollars is so valuable, because you don't need to have a bank account, yet you can have access to the dollar-based system. And a very, very important tool for inclusion.
So a very valuable conversation, and I think it's very positive for cryptocurrency.
That was a good answer, actually. He sort of turned around a stupid, right, and made it something good. But yeah, that was good for the crypto.
Good for the crypto. I mean, what's good is he was saying something positive about cryptocurrency, even though he didn't understand it. So that means he was having blind faith that this is something, or maybe his constituents, like you said, he's speaking for his constituents.
Yep.
There's a big topic for today, and I think a lot of people are going to be interested in this more than anything else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the crypto, dum. The dangerous crypto.
Call it the crypto.
Maybe we need to make one of the cryptodes the cryptode.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm going to make, let's see. I'm going to make a new token and just call it the crypto. Yes. The most important crypto. Crypto for the dollar. But what do you say about that too? I mean, that it is a vote of confidence for the US dollar still when stable coins are always pegged to the US dollar.
Just because there's demand. I mean, that's, just like what that guy said. He said the perfect thing, right? There's a demand for the dollar that you can't get in Argentina. So a wrap token that represents a dollar is incredibly powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I thought this was an interesting story. I might as well bounce around too. Kickstarter will move its crowdfunding platform to blockchain. It's creating a new company to develop and distribute the technology. So even Kickstarter is going to be moving to blockchain.
That's interesting.
I wonder why. Like, what's the value?
Huh.
I don't know.
I mean, anything with I would think with blockchain behind it right now is more popular.
But like, what's the value? What's the intrinsic value of recording donations? I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I want to read that a little more. I'm not sure why they think that's a good idea, and what it means to move to a blockchain. Like right now, I can just go and whip out my credit card and give them $50, right? Like, how am I going to do that any better if it's on a blockchain?
Yeah, so I was kind of reading through it to understand a little bit better. But yeah, I guess because you can actually, it looks like you could do NFTs and other things on it too. I think they're going to try to, I don't know who would need NFTs, but I guess you're donating NFTs so they can resell it or something. I don't know.
Maybe it's like just a crypto focused platform, or are they moving everything?
No, it sounds like it's a separate platform they're going to create separately.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Sounds like a little bit like a Me Too kind of thing. Like now they're realizing that maybe their business model isn't sustainable because people are creating ICOs and NFTs and everything to do raises, and they really don't need them anymore. So a little desperate attempt to maybe stay relevant. Yeah, I don't know.
USDT is the people. It sounds like a silly FOMO bandwagon. Yeah, it's kind of a bandwagon,
I think so.
popular thing to put crypto or blockchain on the end of things and get a little bit more business to think people think you're more technical than you really are.
Yeah, maybe.
Yep. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what Sheriff. I will totally start a Kickstarter to fund my NFT projects. I'll need $1,500 to hire someone from Fiverr.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, 1 in 4 make money.
That's right.
4.
Joe and I will do it for $1,400.
Yes. Just for our stick men.
That's right.
Neither one of them are artists. Stick
Arf,
men.
arf, arf. So speaking of stick man, it's not a stick man. Cryptodes.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
You like that segue? I just grabbed the wheel, Joe. I say
Do
we're
it.
going
Take
this
over.
way now. We're going this way.
Let's do it.
Well, I think Sean has been putting in a lot of time in burning the old midnight oil on the cryptodes as of the last several weeks. Thank you, CDM. And I think it's really important to share the development because the visual means a lot. I think it's really important to see beyond just what you're hearing from us, a couple of days a week. So,
Yep.
Oh, look at that. That is beautiful.
This is a completely procedurally generated card. All the elements on it are separated. So there's the middle toad, which there's about 25 variations of that. Then we have the resistance and weakness, and there are 5 variations of each of those. And then there's in the upper right is the primary attack and the secondary attack. And each one of those has 5 variations. And then the card backing. So this one is like a common one. We've used like green, blue, red, purple, gold as kind of like common, rare, ultimate, elite, whatever, the different sort of layers of rarity. And so there's 5 levels of rarity as well. So when you take all those combinations, there's several 100,000 combinations that can be generated. So this was completely procedurally generated using a C# program, which assembles all the different pieces and creates a single PNG. And I will be putting this generator on a website so people can go and just play with it. It'll be able to just hit refresh and get a new one. It's not going to be for sale or anything, but it'll generate random ones so people can kind of play around with it and see what they get. And then within the next couple of days, we'll have a website where we can start to do some pre-sale. So we're going to have a stepped sale process where maybe the first 10% will be something like, I don't know, 10 or 20 Dynamo each. And then after we sell that 10%, then it'll go up to like 50 Dynamo each, and it'll go up from there. And as the price goes up, the chance that you'll get a rare card will go up as well. So most likely the first ones are going to be cheap, and that'll hopefully get some mass adoption and people talking about it, and being really interested, spreading the word. And then as more people come in, the price goes up, and we'll start to issue out some more of the more rare ones, all leading up, of course, to the launch of our game. In the next 2 to 3 weeks or so. We're still working on the getting the animations going, but we're really close. All the back end logic's done. The PvP stuff is done. Just really the animations is the one thing that we're struggling with a little bit. It's very hard to get people. It's very hard to get talent. So yeah.
I stepped in and tried to play around with it. It's similar to After Effects, but it's fascinating. I'm going to pull it up. And a lot of people don't understand the little specifics of this, and it's a little world that, let me pull it up. Is that you? Every little thing in the body needs to move. So each foot, every little thing in there moves separately, and it's a separate image on top of each other. For those
we're actually using Unity to produce this, and we're going to be publishing it on a website. The first one will be a website, and we're using their 2D skeletons actually. So you actually draw bones, and each like you said, each one is a little piece, and it makes polygons around it, and you actually have to then animate the bones, and it has inverse kinematics, much like regular 3D animation. So we have like a couple of things like an idle animation where the wings are flapping and the eyes are blinking and the mouth opens and closes and the feet, like the big one kind of scratches and stuff like that. We have a couple of those animations made, but we need to have all of the death animation, all the different kinds of attacks that there are, all those things. There's, I don't know, about 50 or 60 animations total that we need to have made. So that's just going to take a while.
It looks so good. I mean,
Yeah.
just outstanding.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm trying to. It's fascinating to find. It's hard to find extra artists to be able to do that too. You would think there'd be plenty out there.
No, it's this 2D animation in Unity is a little bit specialized. So we have a couple of people, but it's just taken a while. We're trying to hire more, but with a couple of people, it's just taken a while. So.
Yep. I'm going to end up jumping in there and messing with it and trying to do it because we need it going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Cool.
Anything else on when that? Yeah, I'll pull it away. You pulled it away. There we go. Perfect.
No, just like I said, I'll publish the website, so if people hop into the Discord, they can get the link in the next hour or so and just play around with randomly generating them. I'm moving on to doing the login and registration page and then the payment page. So we'll have all of those things ready tomorrow or Friday, and we can start to do some of our initial pre-sales. Not going to do any advertising or crazy, like blowout stuff. We're just going to test the technology. All this stuff is pretty new, but we want to just get a little bit of volume in there to see that it's actually working. And then, next week we'll really start to ramp up the advertising and create a nice website. We hired a couple of kids to put together a proper sales website. It's a one-pager, much like you see all these other NFTs, and we'll hook our purchase thing into it. But we got a couple of kids. I think we're going to meet with them tomorrow to go over the specs. But yeah.
For anybody that's on here that wants to know, I just popped in the Dynamo Coin Discord invites into the corner. Carmina, can you check to see and make sure I did put the right Discord? I didn't keep Sean, I didn't want you to pop it up and then it ends up popping up your screen. But yeah, I want to make sure I put in the right one.
Oh,
I might have accidentally put let's see which. Yeah, I think it might be the right one. I was worried it was Puncraft's Discord DJ session.
it's okay too.
I haven't seen Puncraft in a while. Where'd he go?
He was in Discord. I don't know. He's probably at the bar.
Oh, good. Thank you. It's right. All right. So I have that in there for anybody that's interested. Yeah, I don't really. I'm just kind of obsessed with the Congress thing today, and I think it was a very positive move, and it seems like it's moving forward, and I think the markets are resulting positive.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's just a short one, but I think we're going to move in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of sideways, right? A classic sideways market. So
yeah,
100K is looking a little dim. We got only 22 days left here. I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk to you and Plan B about that. Everybody was excited.
Yeah.
That's all right.
And Michael Saylor, right?
But at the same time, anybody that had Ethereum and has Ethereum like us, you really didn't have that much of a dip. You don't even have that much of a dip from Bitcoin if you're looking at a year out.
Yeah.
It's the guys that bought in the last 2 months or 3 months. So, all right. Anything else we're talking about?
Kind of a quiet day overall, no?
Yeah.
I realize the congressional hearings are interesting, but other than that, it's kind of meh.
Yeah. I think a lot of people were sitting and waiting to see what was going to happen. Next, especially with the holidays coming, people aren't really going to do anything too, right? So, yep. All right. So that is it. Unless you guys have anything else, we will.
No, Friday's it, man.
Talk Friday.
More toads.
Yep. Definitely.
Totally awesome. We'll get one made up.
Let's get some more pictures I can put through here on toads. Just toad shots.
Yep. We'll have the website for sure, so we can randomly generate some, and I may have the marketplace up by then as well. So hopefully.
Awesome.
Yeah, Friday will be good.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Friday, Cryptodes.